This is Those Innocent Eyes. Enjoy the ASMR book reading video. Let's go. Hey Tocas, it's Chloe. Welcome back to my channel. Before we get started, you should check out all my socials linked below. Anyways, I hope you guys like the intro. I feel like it'll be a lot more quieter for ASMR videos. But anyways, today I'll be reading to you the book Flipped, and I hope you guys enjoy. Really fast, if I stop abruptly, it's because I have to cough, so I have the book on my phone. I finally got it so that it can hold the microphone down. But it is time to read, so let's read. I started leaving the house at the very last minute. I made up my own waiting spot, and when I'd see the bus pull up, I'd track up the hill and get on board. No, Julie, no problem. And that, my friend, took care of the rest of 7th grade and almost all of 8th too, until one day a few months ago. That's when I heard a big commotion up the hill and could see some big trucks parked up on Collier Street where the bus pulls in. There were some men shouting stuff up at Julie, who was, of course, 5 stories up in the tree. All the other kids started to gather under the tree too, and I could hear them telling her she had to come down. She was fine. That was obvious to anyone with a pair of ears, but I couldn't figure out what they were all arguing about. I trekked up the hill, and as I got closer and saw what the men were holding, I figured out in a hurry what was making Julie refuse to come out of the tree. Chainsaws. Don't get me wrong here, okay? The tree was an ugly mutant tangle of gnarly bushes. This girl arguing with those men was Julie, the world's beckiest, bossiest, and most know-it-all female. But all of a sudden, my stomach completely pulled on me. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, my phone beeped. But Julie loved that tree. Stupid as it was, she loved that tree, and cutting it down would be like cutting out her heart. Everyone tried to talk her down, even me, but she said she wasn't coming down, not ever, and then she tried to talk us up. Bryce, please, come up here with me. They won't cut it down if we're all up here. For a second I considered it, but then the bus arrived, and I talked myself out of it. It wasn't the tree, and even she acted like it was. It wasn't Julie's either. We boarded the bus and left her behind, but school is pretty much a waste. I hadn't seen to stop thinking about Julie. Julie, was she still up in the tree? Were they going to arrest her? When the bus dropped us off that afternoon, Julie was gone, and so was half the tree. The top branches, the place my kite had been stuck, her favorite perch, they were all gone. We watched them work for a little while, the chainsaws gunning at full throttle, smoking as they chewed up the wood. The tree looked lopsided and naked, and after a few minutes, I had to get out of there. It was like watching someone dismember a body, and for the first time in ages, I felt like crying over a stupid tree that I hated. I went home and tried to shake it off, but I kept wondering, should I have gone up the tree with her? Would it have done any good? I thought about calling Julie to tell her I was sorry they cut it down, but I didn't. It would be too, weird. She didn't show up at the bus stop next morning, and didn't ride the bus home that afternoon either. Then that night, right before dinner, my grandfather summoned me into the front room. He didn't call to me as I was walking by. That would have been bordered on friendliness. What he did was talk to my mother, who talked to me. I don't know what it's about, honey, she said. Maybe he's just wanting to get to know you better. Great. This man's had a year and a half to get to know me. And he chooses me now to get to know me. But I couldn't exactly blow him off. My grandfather's a big man with a meaty nose and greased black vapor hair. He lives in house slippers and a sports coat. And I've never seen a whisker on him. They grow, but he shaves them off like 3 times a day. It's a real recreational activity for him. Besides his meaty nose, he's also got the big meaty hands. I suppose you notice his hands regardless. But what makes you realize just how beefy they are is his wedding ring. That thing's never going to come off, and even though my mother says that's how it should be, I think he ought to get it cut off. Another few pounds, and the ring's going to amputate his finger. When I went in to see him, those big hands in his were woven together, resting on the newspaper in his lap. I said, Granddad, you wanted to see me. Have a seat, son. Son, half the time he didn't seem to know who I was, and now suddenly I was son. I sat in the chair opposite him and waited. Tell me about your friend, Julie Baker. Julie, she's not exactly my friend. Why is that? He asked calmly. Like he had prior knowledge. I started to justify it, then stopped myself and asked, why isn't she your friend Bryce? Because I shook my head and said, you have to know Julie. I'd like to. What? Why? Because the girl's got an iron backbone. Why don't you invite her over sometime? An iron backbone? Granddad, you don't understand. That girl is a royal pain. She should show off she's a know-it-all, and she's a pushy beyond belief. Is that so? Yes, that's absolutely so. And she's been stalking me since the 2nd grade. He frowned. They looked out the window and said, they lived here that long. I think they all born there. I frowned some more before he doesn't look back at me and says, a girl like that doesn't live next door to everyone you know. Lucky them. He studied me long and hard. I said, what? But he didn't flinch. He just kept staring at me. I couldn't take it. I had to look away. Keep in mind that this was the first real conversation I've had with my grandfather. This was the first time he made an effort to talk to me about something besides passing the salt. And does he want to get to know me? No, he wants to know about Julie. I couldn't just stand up and leave, even though that's what I felt like doing. Somehow I knew if I left that, he'd quit talking to me at all, even about Saul. So I sat there feeling sort of tortured. Was he mad at me? How could he be mad at me? I hadn't done anything wrong. When I looked up and he was sitting there holding out his paper to me. Read this, he said, without pre-juice. I took it, and when he went back to looking at the window, I knew I'd been dismissed. By the time I down to my room, I was mad. I slammed my bedroom door and flopped out of my bed, and after fuming about my sorry excuse for my grandfather a while, I shoved the newspaper in the bottom drawer of my desk, like I need to know any more about Julie Baker. At dinner, my mother asked me why I was so sulky, and she kept looking from me to my grandfather. Granddad didn't seem to need any salt, which was a good thing because I might have thrown the shaker at him. My sister and dad were all business as usual, though. Lina ate about 2 raisins out of her carrot salad, then peeled the skin and meat off her chicken wing and nibbled gristle off the bone, while my father filled up airspace talking about office politics and they need for a shakedown in upper management. No one was listening to him. No one ever does when he gets on one of those if I ran the circus drags. But for Mom wasn't pretending. And for once she wasn't trying to convince Layetta about dinner was delicious either. She just kept eyeing my granddad, trying to pick on why we were more miffed at each other. Not that he had anything to be miffed at me about. What had I done to him anyway? Nothing, nada. But he was, I could tell, and I completely avoided looking at him until about halfway through dinner when I sneaked a peek. He was studying me all right, and even though it wasn't a mean stare or a hard stare, it was a, firm, steady, and it weirded me out. What was his deal? I didn't look at him again, or at my mother. I just went back to eating and pretending to listen to my dad. And the first chance I got, I excused myself and holed up in my room. I was planning to call my friend Gary like I usually do when I bet about something. I even punched in his number, but I don't know. I just hung up. And later, when my mom came in, I faked like I was sleeping. I haven't done that in years. The whole night was weird like that. I just wanted to be left alone. Julie was at the bus stop the next morning, or Friday morning. She was at school, but you'd never know it if you didn't actually look. She didn't whip her hand through the air trying to get the teacher to call on her, or charge through the halls getting to class. She didn't make unsolicited comments for the teacher's edification, or challenge the kids who took cuts in the milk line. She just sat quiet. I told myself I should be glad about it. It was like she wasn't even there, and isn't that what I've always wanted? But still, I felt bad about her tree, and how she hurried off to eat by herself in the library at lunch, and how her eyes were red around the edges. I wanted to tell her, man, I'm sorry about your sycamore tree, but the words never seemed to come out. By the middle of the next week, they'd finished taking down the tree. They'd cleared the lot and even tried to pull up the stump, but that sucker would not budge, so they wound up gritting it down into the dirt. Julie still didn't show up at the bus stop, and by the end of the week, I learned from Garrett that she was riding a bike. He'd said he'd seen her on the side of the road twice a week, putting the chain on the D-roller of the rusty old 10-speed. I figured she'd be back. It was a long ride out to Mayfield Junior High, and when she got over the tree, she'd start riding the bus again. She got over the tree. Right? No. I even got myself looking at her, not in the lookout, just looking. Okay, so that's all I'm gonna read today because this video is already ages long. Shout out goes the person on the screen, and yeah. I love you guys so much, and I'm super excited to see you guys in the next video.